Welcome, my dear friend. Have you noticed it? That subtle shift in the way people look at you. It's almost like the air around you is charged with something invisible, yet undeniably felt. Conversations seem to pause when you enter a room. Eyes linger on you, just a little too long, not out of judgment, but out of wonder. They don't understand it, but they know something is different about you. And deep down, maybe you've asked yourself the same question. What changed? You didn't make any grand announcements. You didn't try to stand out. Yet here you are, undeniably different. There's a quiet energy around you now, a kind of presence that speaks louder than words. You can feel it the moment you walk into a space, the way the room shifts, the way people glance your way, as if something about you is catching their attention. It's not your appearance, your clothes, or even your confidence. No, it's the mark of transformation, something profound within you that can't be faked, something that no mirror can truly reflect. What's happening to you is far beyond the surface. It's the unmistakable mark of divine restoration, and the world is only just beginning to catch up to that truth. You have been chosen, not by chance, but by design. And those around you, they may not know it yet, but they are witnessing the manifestation of God's work in your life. So, what are they seeing in you? Is it just a glimpse of the new you, or is it a deeper recognition of something far greater? Let's explore this together. I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments, and if this message resonates with you, consider leaving a super thanks. We are all part of this community of growth and discovery. Together, let's uncover the true power of the transformation taking place in your life. Are you ready to fully embrace the divine mark on you? What do others truly see when they look at you? God's chosen ones. You are being watched. Here's what they really see. Have you ever felt the weight of an invisible gaze upon you? A subtle awareness that, despite being surrounded by the noise and distractions of the world, you are being observed in ways that transcend human understanding? This sensation is not merely coincidental, my dear friend. It is a profound truth, one that has been etched into the very core of your being. The chosen ones, those marked by the divine, destined for greatness, are continuously under the watchful eye of both the seen and unseen. And what do they see when they look at you? It is not the superficial facade that many believe is all that exists. No, they see something far deeper, something that transcends the physical realm. The gift of divine discernment, often misunderstood and underappreciated, allows them to perceive the soul's true essence. They see the light of the divine spark within you, the unique frequency that resonates with the heavens themselves. This is not just an intuition or a mere feeling. It is the gift of supernatural awareness, a gift given to those who have been marked by the Creator to carry out His will on earth. And make no mistake, this mark is not something that can be hidden. It will be noticed, both by those who are aligned with God's purpose and by those who seek to disrupt His plan. I have called you by name. You are mine. Isaiah 43:1. These words from the Bible ring true for each and every one of you who have felt the call of the divine. You are not just an ordinary being walking through life. You are a vessel chosen for a purpose greater than you can yet fully comprehend. Those who look at you, those who truly see, perceive this purpose. It may not always be clear to you, but to the spiritually awakened, it is undeniable. And yet, this divine calling comes with its own set of challenges. Why? Because the very fact that you are chosen sets you apart from others. It creates a distinct difference that the world often fails to understand. In the book of 1 Peter 2-9, it is written, "But you are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, God's special possession, that you may declare the praises of Him who called you out of darkness into His wonderful light." As the chosen ones, you are often the subject of scrutiny and misunderstanding. Just as the light of a star attracts the gaze of both the admiring and the envious, your divine light will draw both praise and jealousy. You must remain steadfast, for those who are blind to this truth will never comprehend the light that burns within you. Take a moment to reflect. Have you ever felt like you were surrounded by people, yet still felt deeply alone? This is not because you are disconnected, but because you are aligned with a frequency that few around you can hear or understand. It is as if you are tuned to a different wavelength, one that resonates only with the divine and those who share your purpose. In the same way, a tree reaches for the sky, unable to explain why, but driven by an inner force, you, too, are pulled towards a higher calling. In the natural world, the mighty eagle soars above the storm. It does not seek the chaos below, but rises above it, guided by an instinct that others do not possess. Similarly, the chosen ones are often called to rise above the noise of the world. Do you feel that pull, that subtle guidance leading you higher, further than you ever thought possible? Trust in it, for it is the divine whisper urging you to fulfill the purpose for which you were created. However, there are those who seek to understand this divine power, but cannot fathom it. They live in a world of shadows, constantly searching for meaning yet unable to grasp the deeper truths. In the words of the famous theologian C.S. Lewis, "You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. The chosen ones, though they may face trials and persecution, have a divine strength that the world cannot comprehend." Let me share with you a story of a famous artist, one who was not immediately recognized in his time, but whose work transcended his earthly limitations. Vincent van Gogh, though misunderstood during his life, produced masterpieces that are now seen as some of the most iconic works of art in history. Van Gogh's struggles, his inner turmoil, and his search for meaning were all part of the divine journey that led to his eventual recognition. His work, like that of the chosen ones, was misunderstood by the world, yet it had a divine spark that could not be extinguished. Just like Van Gogh, your divine light will often be misjudged or rejected by the world. But know this, the very essence of your being, the frequency that resonates within you, will not be silenced. You are here for a purpose, and though you may not always understand it, the world is watching. And what do they see? They see a reflection of God's power, His love, and His purpose. In the natural world, the lotus flower grows in the mud, rising above the murk and mire to bloom in all its beauty. Just as the lotus does not shy away from the dirt, the chosen ones are called to rise above the trials and tribulations of this life. What do they really see? They see a soul that refuses to be defined by the darkness, one that continues to shine regardless of the circumstances. Reflect on this. What is the divine gift you have been entrusted with? Are you using it to its fullest potential, or are you allowing fear, doubt, and misunderstanding to cloud your vision? Your divine calling is not just a gift, it is your purpose. Embrace it, for it is only when you do that you will begin to see the full extent of the divine power that resides within you. Let this be a reminder to you, chosen one. You are not just a witness to this world, you are an active participant in its transformation. The divine sees you, the world is watching. Now, the question is, are you ready to step fully into your purpose? In the quiet moments when you smile, in the gentle tone of your voice, and even in the stillness of your presence, a profound transformation is happening. It's not just the surface-level calmness that people notice, but a deeper, divine restoration leaking through every word and gesture you make. What is it? It's the visible sign of survival, a testimony to the trials you've faced, the battles you've fought, and the fire you've walked through. Can you feel it? That subtle energy, that pull of something more significant radiating from within you. You may not even recognize it yourself, but the world does. People may not always understand what they're witnessing, but they can certainly feel it. There's a divine approval that rests upon you, a quiet yet undeniable mark that speaks volumes without uttering a single word. The truth is, you carry the evidence of survival, something that has been tempered by the trials of life, forged in the fires of adversity. And that, my friend, is nothing short of miraculous. Just like the precious gold that shines after passing through fire, your soul shines with a divine glow. The trials didn't break you, they refined you, shaped you, and set you apart. This is the divine approval that so many seek, but few truly understand. It's not loud, it's not boastful, but it is powerful. It doesn't scream for attention, it simply is. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 48:10, "See, I have refined you, though not as silver. I have tested you in the furnace of affliction." This scripture is not just a historical account, it is the reality for every chosen one, every individual who has been through hardship and come out on the other side, not merely surviving, but thriving. Your restoration is not accidental, it is part of the divine plan. Those who look at you are not seeing just a person, they are witnessing the evidence of God's hand upon your life. The fire that once threatened to consume you has now become the very force that purifies and strengthens you. Have you ever wondered why you stand out in a crowd, even when you're silent? It's not because of anything superficial, but because you carry the mark of the chosen. Like the moonlight that shines so bright against a darkened sky, your light becomes undeniable when you stop dimming it to fit in. Those who stare at you, who react to your presence, what do they see? They see someone who has been through something extraordinary. They see someone who has tasted the bitterness of life and emerged with something far more precious than before. This is divine approval. This is what happens when God's love and purpose work through every trial. But He knows the way that I take. When He has tested me, I will come forth as gold. Job 23:10. The book of Job is a powerful testament to divine refinement. Job endured unimaginable suffering, but in the end, his faith and perseverance made him a vessel of God's divine approval. The same can be said of you. You may have faced moments when you thought you couldn't go on, but those moments were merely the proving grounds for what was to come. Consider the example of Walt Disney, the iconic visionary and entrepreneur. Before his empire of entertainment and magic, he faced rejection after rejection, often dismissed as incapable and unworthy. Yet, through the trials, through the battles of doubt and failure, Disney refined his vision, and eventually the world witnessed the golden result. His story, much like yours, is a testament to the refining power of adversity, a perfect example of divine approval in the midst of struggle. In fact, it's often the case that the greatest restorations come in the quietest moments. It's not the loud, attention-grabbing events that make the most impact. Rather, it's the stillness, the quiet strength, the subtle but undeniable glow that emanates from those who have walked through the fire and come out on the other side. This restoration is often felt, not seen. It's the peace in your eyes that tells the world you are more than a survivor, you are a conqueror. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew 5-4. The world does not understand this, but you, the chosen ones, know the depth of this promise. The mourning, the pain, the anguish, it's all part of the divine process. But the comfort that follows is like the balm to a wounded soul. It's in this comfort that the restoration of God becomes tangible. People may look at you and not see the tears that have been shed, the struggles you've faced, but they will feel the peace that surrounds you, and that peace comes only from God's divine approval. In a breathtaking piece of classical music, Beethoven's Ode to Joy embodies the ultimate triumph over adversity. Despite his personal struggles with deafness, Beethoven composed some of the most powerful music the world has ever known. His resilience is reflected in every note, each one a testament to his spirit and his ability to rise above. Much like Beethoven, your restoration may not be understood by the world, but it will reverberate through the lives you touch. So, what do they really see when they look at you? They see someone who has been through the furnace and come out gold. They see the quiet strength that only those who have faced the fire can understand. But do you recognize this strength in yourself? Are you fully aware of the transformation you have undergone? This restoration is not something to hide. It is your testimony, and it carries the weight of divine approval. As you reflect on this truth, take a moment to ask, what is it that others see when they look at me? Is it the glow of divine approval, the evidence of a life restored, or do I still hide behind the walls I've built to protect myself from being truly seen? Your restoration is a powerful gift, one that deserves to shine for the world to see. Do you dare to let it? The restoration that you carry, just like the treasure hidden in clay vessels, shines brightest when you allow God to use your story. Embrace the fire that refines you, for through it you will become something so much greater than you can imagine. Rise, chosen one, and let the world see the evidence of your survival. Let them witness the divine glow that is uniquely yours. There's something undeniably powerful in the way you carry yourself. It's not loud or attention-seeking, but rather it's a quiet confidence that radiates from within, wrapped in grace. This peace that exudes from you, it's not something you have to force. It's a peace that the world notices, even if they don't understand it. And for some, this peace is a mirror to what they've longed for, but never thought possible. They see it in you, and suddenly, the very core of their beliefs about themselves starts to shift. This isn't just a superficial calmness, it's a deep, divine serenity that comes from knowing your purpose, being aligned with something greater than yourself. There's a purity to your energy, a holiness that others may not comprehend, but they certainly feel. Have you ever noticed how the way others react to you seems different? It's as if your very presence challenges the limitations they've placed on themselves. It's unsettling for some, inspiring for others. But either way, it stirs something deep within them. They see something in you they thought was impossible for themselves to possess. And when they do, it shakes them because they realize they're no longer the same. In the book of Matthew 5:14, Jesus says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." This is exactly what you carry within you, a light that cannot be dimmed, no matter how hard others try to ignore it. It's not about boasting or seeking validation from the world around you. It's about living so authentically, so deeply aligned with God's purpose for you, that your very presence illuminates the darkness of others' doubts and fears. Just as the sun rises over the horizon, casting its light on everything it touches, your peace and your purity disrupt the darkness in those around you, whether they acknowledge it or not. But here's the deeper truth. It's unsettling to those who are still in the dark. You've felt it, haven't you? That awkward tension when someone looks at you with confusion or even resistance. They may not know why, but there's something about your peace, your quiet confidence, that unnerves them. It's because they see something they've longed for, but never thought possible for themselves. Why? Because they've lived in a world where chaos reigns, where self-doubt and insecurity dominate their lives. To see someone with this calm assurance is a challenge to everything they've believed about their own limitations. There's a reason why the Bible says in Philippians 4-7, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace isn't something that can be easily explained or replicated. It's a supernatural gift, a divine protection that guards your heart and mind, keeping you aligned with God's purpose, even in the face of opposition. And when others witness it, it challenges their worldview in the most profound way. The eagle, for example, is one of the most majestic creatures in nature. It flies high above the storm, unshaken by the turmoil below. When you walk in your divine purpose, it's as if you, too, are soaring above the storms of life. Have you ever had that moment of stillness, where everything around you seems to pause, and you realize you are the calm in the chaos? This is not a coincidence. This is the divine energy at work within you, drawing others' attention without you even realizing it. Yet, not everyone will react the same way to your peace. There will be those who cannot bear it, those who will look at you with envy, resentment, or even anger. Just as the thorn bush grows beside a blooming rose, there will always be those who cannot bear the beauty of your flourishing. They are still trapped in their own struggles, unable to find the peace they so desperately crave. And when they see it in you, It challenges them. It forces them to confront the part of themselves they have kept hidden, the part that has been waiting to be awakened by the same divine grace you carry. One such example can be seen in the life of Nelson Mandela. He spent 27 years in prison, enduring harsh conditions, yet his spirit never wavered. Even in the face of unimaginable adversity, he radiated peace and strength, qualities that inspired millions around the world. Those who had once tried to silence him were forced to confront their own limitations and prejudices, ultimately being changed by his resilience and unshakable confidence. Mandela didn't need to shout or demand attention. His quiet strength spoke volumes. Just like you, his inner peace disturbed the world around him, but in the most profound and transformative way. But here's the crucial point. You can't hide it anymore. The peace, the purity, the quiet confidence, it's too powerful to be concealed. Once it's been awakened within you, there's no turning back. It will shine through every interaction, every decision, every moment. It will challenge those around you to see the possibility of peace in their own lives. And yes, it may make them uncomfortable, but in the discomfort lies the seed of transformation. In the words of Romans 8:19, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." This is your moment. This is the time when your peace, your divine confidence, will be revealed to the world. It's not something to hide or dim down, it's something to let shine brightly. For in that light, others will find hope, peace, and the possibility of transformation. So, the question becomes, are you ready to let your light shine fully? Are you prepared to embrace the discomfort of others' reactions and still stand in the power of your peace? The world needs it now more than ever. Rise, chosen one. Let the quiet confidence that lives within you break through every barrier. Let it challenge the world around you, for in your peace the world will find the rest they so desperately seek. Stand firm, knowing that your divine purpose is greater than any opposition. It's time to stop hiding and start shining. There comes a moment in every divine journey when the universe, orchestrated by God Himself, shifts, and your purpose cannot remain hidden any longer. It's as if the very fabric of existence itself aligns to announce your presence. When God decides it's time for your becoming to be seen, He lets your frequency announce it. And when this divine shift occurs, it's not subtle, it's undeniable. The world around you will begin to notice something different. The way you walk, speak, and even the energy you radiate will no longer be something that can be ignored. The change within you begins to ripple outwards, and those who are spiritually awake will feel it before they understand it. What does this mean for you, the chosen one? You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle yet undeniable change in the air around you. It's not just the way you've grown, it's the way the world now sees you. Don't misinterpret the stairs you are climbing, the obstacles you've overcome, or the challenges you face. They are not about vanity or showing off. They are, in fact, about recognition. A recognition that comes from something far greater than the world can offer. These are not the steps that lead you to pride. Instead, they are the steps of acknowledgement, of divine purpose unfolding. This recognition is not from man, it is from heaven. In the book of Matthew 5:16, it is written, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." As you ascend the divine ladder that God has set before you, the light within you grows ever brighter. And as it does, those around you will begin to reflect it. You may not always see it, but others will. You've crossed an invisible threshold, one that not only transforms you, but transforms the way the world perceives you. Your environment has shifted, and now your surroundings serve as a mirror that reflects what heaven already knows about you. But here's the thing. You're no longer just a reflection of what others think. You are now a reflection of what heaven sees, of the divine calling that has always rested upon your life. Those around you may not always understand this transformation, but they feel it. You see, when you shift spiritually, your surroundings, your relationships, your challenges, they begin to mirror the truth that God has already placed in you. Your frequency, once quiet, is now resonating with the divine. It announces to the world, the chosen one has arrived. Have you noticed the way people look at you now? How their eyes linger just a bit longer, trying to understand what has changed. What do they see in you now? It's not the surface level changes that are obvious. It's the spiritual shift that they can sense but cannot fully comprehend. It is as if you are a living reflection of heaven's promises, and your very presence is both a challenge and an invitation to those around you to see beyond the physical. And what about you? Do you feel this divine shift within? Do you recognize the frequency that now emanates from your spirit? In the same way that an artist's masterpiece is revealed gradually, layer by layer, your becoming is being unveiled in stages. The artist, God, the divine creator, has been crafting you with intention and care. What others see now is merely the final stages of a work that was in progress long before you became aware of it. As in the story of David, who was anointed king in his youth, but not revealed as such until much later, you too have been hidden, protected, and prepared for a time of revealing. 1 Samuel 16:7 says, "But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." Your inner transformation, your heart has already been seen by God, and now it is time for the world to catch up. The way you now navigate your life is different because you are aligned with a higher purpose. The world sees the shift, but it is only when you align yourself fully with God's divine plan that you begin to experience the full manifestation of your calling. It is as if your surroundings have become the mirror to your spirit. The way people react to you, the opportunities that begin to open up, and even the obstacles you face, they all begin to reflect the higher calling God has placed on your life. The spiritual threshold you've crossed is now visible to those around you, even if they don't understand it. Take a moment and think of Thomas Edison, a man whose vision and purpose were not immediately recognized. He faced countless failures and rejections before his inventions, like the light bulb, were acknowledged by the world. Yet, through each failure, his divine frequency, his unwavering belief in his purpose was being sharpened. Edison did not stop when the world failed to recognize his greatness. He persisted. Just as the skies were once dark, yet now the world is illuminated by electric light, you, too, will begin to illuminate the world around you as your purpose becomes clearer. However, there are always those who cannot bear the light you carry. Just as the moon, when it shines too brightly, casts shadows on the earth, your radiance may expose the shadows within others. There will be those who challenge you, those who resist the divine shift in you. But understand this, these challenges are part of the divine process. Just as Judas betrayed Jesus, it was only through this betrayal that Jesus' divine purpose was fulfilled. The opposition you face will not defeat you. It will propel you to the next level of your divine becoming. As you step into this new phase of your life, remember that you are no longer just passing through life. You are living out a divine purpose, one that has been written for you since before time began. And as the world begins to see you, it will also begin to see the God within you. Rise now, chosen one. The threshold has been crossed, the world is watching, and heaven has already declared your purpose. It is time to live boldly, to embrace the divine frequency that is yours, and to let the world reflect back what heaven already sees. There comes a moment in every chosen one's life when they must let go of the old version of themselves that doubted, apologized, and over-explained every action. This transformation, though silent, is profound. It's not about announcing your changes or seeking validation from the world around you. No longer do you ask for permission to exist. Something has shifted within you. You've finally stepped into your divine authority, and while you may not have uttered a single word about it, the world can feel it. This change is evident in the way you move through the world now. Your calm doesn't read as weakness anymore. It speaks with an authority that those around you cannot ignore. The peace you once used to mask uncertainty has now become your strength, your divine signature. It's the kind of calm that only those who have been shaped by the fires of life can carry. It's the stillness of someone who knows they are chosen, someone who understands their worth not in the eyes of the world, but in the eyes of God. Do you recognize this shift? Can you feel how much more centered, grounded, and powerful you have become? It's not just a change in how others perceive you, it's the shift in your own spirit. The old you, the one who second-guessed, who doubted their place in this world, has been left behind. And now, the person who stands before the world is no longer seeking permission. They are not waiting for approval. They are the approval. Your self-possession radiates in ways that words cannot describe. In 2 Timothy 1-7, we are reminded, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." When you step into your divine authority, it's not about arrogance or pride. It's about confidence that comes from a deep understanding of who you are in Christ. Your self-possession is not a facade, it's the real, powerful force of God working through you. When you hold your silence now, it carries weight because it is a silence rooted in a divine understanding that transcends the noise of this world. This divine shift isn't immediately obvious to those who haven't walked this path, but those who are spiritually awake feel it. The silence of someone approved by heaven is different. It is not empty, but full of meaning, strength, and divine purpose. Just as the mighty oak tree stands tall and unmoving amidst the fiercest storms, your silence, too, speaks volumes. It is the calm at the center of chaos, the stillness that comes with complete surrender to God's will. In the life of Maya Angelou, a renowned poet and activist, we see this transformation in full effect. Early in her life, she struggled with self-doubt, silence, and feelings of inadequacy. But as she grew in confidence, her voice became one of the most powerful tools of change in the world. Her quiet strength was unmistakable, and though she spoke words of deep meaning, it was her presence that commanded respect. Maya Angelou didn't seek permission to speak. She simply spoke, knowing the weight of her words and the power behind her silence. Similarly, Matthew 5:14 reminds us that you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. The divine authority you now walk in is impossible to ignore. Your very presence, your quiet strength, becomes a beacon for those around you. People might not fully understand what they are feeling, but they cannot deny the power you carry. This isn't the type of power that seeks attention. It is the power of someone who knows their place in the world, their divine purpose, and is no longer afraid to walk in it. Have you ever wondered how those who've been through great trials seem to stand with such quiet confidence? The kind of confidence that doesn't need to prove itself. It's not boastful or arrogant, but simply steady. This is the kind of calm that comes from being truly known, not by man, but by God. When you stop seeking approval from the world, your silence becomes your loudest declaration. You no longer need to explain yourself, because your life is the explanation. Take, for example, the story of Joseph from the Bible. Joseph, who was sold into slavery by his brothers, spent years enduring hardship and betrayal. Yet, when his time came, he stood before the Pharaoh, not seeking validation, but declaring the wisdom God had given him. His confidence was not in his own abilities, but in the divine purpose that had been placed on his life. Genesis 41:16 captures this moment. "I cannot do it," Joseph replied to Pharaoh, "but God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." Joseph didn't apologize for who he was, nor did he seek permission to fulfill his purpose. His silence, in the face of adversity, carried divine weight because he knew who he was, God's chosen vessel. This type of transformation is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. As you continue to evolve, you will no longer feel the need to over-explain yourself to others. You will not apologize for taking up space in this world. Instead, your life will speak for itself. The way you hold your silence will be a testament to the deep connection you have with God. Your silence is not passive, it is full of authority and divine purpose. As Rumi, the famous poet, once said, "Don't grieve. Anything you lose comes round in new form." Just as Rumi understood that transformation is inevitable, so must you embrace the quiet confidence that comes with personal growth. The version of yourself that once doubted and apologized is gone. You've crossed the threshold into your true divine self, and now you must walk with the authority that comes from knowing you are fully aligned with your purpose. It's time to rise, chosen one. No more apologies, no more over-explanation. Step into the silence that carries weight. Step into the authority that heaven has placed upon you. You are no longer seeking permission to exist. You are living out the truth of your divine calling, and the world is beginning to see it. There comes a moment in your life when something shifts, something profound. It's as though the very air around you changes, and everything that once felt uncertain now feels clear. People begin to look at you differently. You can feel it, can't you? They're no longer seeing the person who doubted, who hesitated, who wrestled with insecurity. No, they're seeing the person who chose faith, even in the face of uncertainty. But here's the twist. What they're really seeing is not arrogance. It's something far deeper. It's assurance. Assurance that was born from walking through life's storms, from navigating uncertainty, and yet still choosing to trust in something greater than yourself. This assurance doesn't come from human strength. It comes from something far more divine. It comes from a place of deep spiritual knowing, a place where God has moved in your life in such a way that the world can no longer ignore His hand upon you. The truth is, when God changes your atmosphere, He changes your reflection in the eyes of others as well. People are no longer seeing just the surface. They are now perceiving the divine transformation that has occurred deep within you. Just like the way the sun transforms the landscape at dawn, where shadows disappear and everything becomes illuminated, your life too has been touched by divine light. And that light, my dear friend, shines differently now. It hits you differently because you are no longer the same person. You have been refined. You have been purified through the fire of life's trials. And just like gold, which must endure extreme heat to reveal its brilliance, your soul has been tempered by adversity, and now it radiates a beauty and strength that was hidden from the world before. In the Bible, Matthew 5:14 declares, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden." When God's light touches your life, it's not something that can be concealed. Your very presence shifts the atmosphere around you. The people around you sense something profound, even if they can't articulate it. Your assurance, your peace commands attention because it's a peace that has been forged in the fire. It's a peace that comes from knowing your purpose, from walking through pain and still choosing to trust in God. Have you ever wondered why people can't seem to look away when you enter a room? It's not because of the clothes you wear, the words you say, or the things you do. It's because there is something divine about you now. They can feel it, whether they understand it or not. They see a person who has walked through the wilderness and emerged stronger, wiser, and more radiant. They see someone who has chosen faith over fear, someone who has allowed God to transform their pain into power. When God touches your life, He doesn't just change you internally, He changes how others see you. Genesis 41-46 tells us, Joseph was 30 years old when he entered the service of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And Joseph went out from Pharaoh's presence and traveled throughout Egypt. Just like Joseph, who was once overlooked and sold into slavery by his brothers, your past may have been full of rejection and hardship. But when God's timing is right, your transformation becomes undeniable. The same people who once overlooked you now see the favor of God upon your life. And what they see is not arrogance, it is the assurance of someone who has been chosen and set apart. There's a profound lesson in the life of Nelson Mandela. After spending 27 years in prison, Mandela emerged with a calm, unwavering strength that surprised the world. It wasn't the arrogance of someone who had been oppressed for so long and finally had power. It was the quiet confidence of someone who had been refined by the fires of injustice. His assurance wasn't just in his ability to lead, it was in the deep conviction that he was walking in God's purpose for his life. The way the world saw him changed because of the internal transformation he underwent during those years. His light, like Joseph's, shone brighter because he trusted in God's timing, even in the darkest moments. But what happens when this divine transformation begins to show? When God's light begins to reflect off of you in such a way that others can no longer deny it. They see something different, something more powerful than mere human strength. They see a person who no longer needs to explain or over-explain their existence. Your calm, your confidence, your peace, they all speak volumes. Your silence is not the silence of defeat or uncertainty. It's the silence of someone who knows their worth. Someone who no longer needs to seek approval from the world because they've already found approval in the eyes of God. In nature, think about how the river flows silently, yet it carves through mountains over time. It doesn't rush or force its way. It simply flows steadily, powerfully, and persistently. The river's strength is in its quiet determination to follow its course. Similarly, your strength, your assurance, is in your quiet faith. It's in knowing that God has placed you exactly where you need to be, and though the world may question it, you remain steadfast, unwavering in your belief. What do others see in you now? They see the light of someone who has been transformed by divine grace. They see someone who no longer seeks to fit into the world's mold, but instead shines with the approval of heaven. And here's the crucial point. You no longer need to prove yourself. The transformation has already occurred, and now you stand in the power of that transformation. Remember, the light that shines through you is not your own. It is a reflection of the divine grace that has been poured into your life. Just like the moon reflects the sun's light, you reflect God's love and purpose. Your assurance is a gift that flows from your connection to Him, and it will continue to shine brighter as you walk in the fullness of your divine calling. Rise now, chosen one. The light within you is brighter than ever. You no longer need to hide or shrink back. Step forward in your assurance, in the peace that comes from knowing God has already declared your worth. The world is waiting to see the brilliance you carry. There comes a point in every chosen one's journey when something shifts so profoundly within you that it can no longer be ignored. Your light becomes undeniable, uncontainable. For some, this light is overwhelming. It doesn't just illuminate, it confronts, it exposes, and it awakens. The world around you may react in ways you never anticipated. They stare, not because you're seeking attention, but because they can feel something different about you. It's not that you are trying to shine, it's that your spirit has simply refused to dim again. You've crossed a threshold, and everything that once held you back has been stripped away, leaving nothing but the raw, pure essence of who you truly are. Let that sink in for a moment. You're no longer striving to prove your worth, and that, my dear friend, is what makes your light so visible. In the past, you may have fought for validation, constantly seeking approval from others. But now, you stand grounded in the truth that your worth was never in question. It was never about earning love, acceptance, or approval. It was about recognizing the divine call on your life and choosing to stand in the fullness of that call. And it is this quiet confidence, this peace, that makes you visible. People are no longer seeing the version of you that doubted, that hesitated, that over-explained. What they see now is a person who has embraced the light within and is no longer afraid to let it shine, no matter the cost. In the Bible, Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your light is not just for your own benefit. It's a reflection of God's grace, love, and purpose working through you. When you stand firm in your divine purpose, it becomes evident to all who encounter you. And when others see your light, it doesn't just illuminate them, it forces them to confront their own darkness. This is why some people struggle to handle it. The light you carry doesn't allow them to stay in the shadows of doubt, fear, or complacency. It stirs something in them, something they might not be ready to face. Why is it that some people are so uncomfortable around those who walk in their divine light? It's because, deep down, they see a reflection of their own untapped potential, a potential they've been too afraid to confront. They stare not because they are drawn to you, but because they are being confronted with their own truth. They are seeing in you what they have denied in themselves. And for those who are ready to face it, your light becomes a catalyst for their own awakening. Take the example of Oprah Winfrey, a woman whose light has shone brightly for decades. From a troubled childhood to becoming a media mogul, Oprah's light was never about flaunting her success. It was about standing in her truth, facing her pain, and using her platform to inspire others. People were drawn to her not because she tried to shine, but because her authenticity and divine purpose were so evident. Her light didn't just illuminate her, it illuminated the world around her, forcing others to question their own purpose. And just like Oprah, your light is not meant to just serve you. It is meant to shine and stir something in others. When God shifts your atmosphere, He shifts how others see you as well. It's not a transformation you have to explain, it's a change that becomes visible in the way people react to you. You no longer have to prove your worth, because your actions, your presence, and your spirit are already speaking. You are standing in what was always yours, the divine calling and purpose that has been embedded in your soul from the beginning of time. And now, heaven is echoing this truth through the way others respond to you. Their reactions are not a reflection of your efforts. They are a reflection of the divine authority you now carry. Do you feel the power of this transformation? Do you recognize how the world's reactions to you are changing because you've embraced your light, your purpose, and your true identity in Christ? You are no longer seeking to fit into the world's mold. You are becoming the mold. The light that radiates from you now is not temporary, it's eternal. It is rooted in your divine identity, and it cannot be dimmed. In nature, think about how the sun rises each day, unfaltering and unwavering, casting its light on everything beneath it. No matter how much darkness may have surrounded it the night before, the sun does not ask for permission to shine, it simply does. And in its radiance, it illuminates everything it touches. Just as the sun doesn't apologize for its light, neither should you apologize for your divine glow. It is not a light to be hidden, but a light to be shared, to stir the souls of those around you and to awaken them to their own divine potential. However, with such light, there will always be those who resist it, who cannot stand to see the truth reflected back at them. Just as the night sky seems to resist the light of dawn, there are those who will try to suppress the brilliance of your spirit. But just as the dawn always breaks, the resistance will fade, and your light will shine brighter than ever before. Those who cannot handle your transformation will eventually be left in the shadows, while you continue to rise and shine with the fullness of God's glory. And here's the most powerful part. You're not striving to shine, you are simply standing in the fullness of who you are. When you embrace your divine purpose, you stop fighting to be seen. The light you carry becomes a natural result of your inner alignment with God's will. It's no longer about seeking approval, it's about living out the approval you've already received from heaven. Stand tall, chosen one. The world may struggle to handle your light, but that is not your concern. Your concern is to stand firm in your divine calling, to walk confidently in the light that God has placed within you. Your light is not something to dim, it is something to share. And as you stand tall, unashamed and unapologetic, heaven will echo the truth of your existence through the way the world reacts to you. You are walking in what was always yours. Have you noticed something different lately? The air around you seems to have shifted, and so do the conversations you have with others. You might not have said a word, but people are acting differently towards you. Those who once held power over your emotions, those who could easily sway your feelings, now seem to hesitate when they speak to you. Why? It's because they feel the new boundary you've established, not one you announced out loud, but one that has been forged through your growth, your transformation, and your connection to something far greater than yourself. This is what happens when God upgrades your aura. It's not just about you, it's about the divine light that now surrounds you, protecting you, guiding you, and reshaping how others perceive you. What was once malleable and easily influenced is now solid, resilient, and untouchable. Your light has become self-protecting. It no longer needs to be defended because it radiates with such strength that it sets its own boundaries. This light isn't something you've manufactured. It's a result of spiritual growth, a divine upgrade that has been written into your spirit by the hand of God. In Psalm 91:4, it is written, "He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart." This is the essence of what happens when God upgrades your aura. His protection becomes your natural boundary. The more you grow in your spiritual journey, the more you align with his will, and the stronger his presence becomes within you. Your boundaries, once weak and undefined, are now shielded by his faithfulness. When God's light envelops you, it doesn't just change your inner world, it changes how others interact with you. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the shift in energy, even if no one said a word? People can sense when someone has been touched by divine grace. They don't always understand it, but they feel it. Your energy now speaks volumes, and that energy sets a standard. It sets a boundary that doesn't need to be vocalized. It simply exists. In the life of Moses, we see an extraordinary example of this transformation. When Moses encountered God in the burning bush, he was called to lead the people of Israel out of Egypt. As he spent time with God on Mount Sinai, his face became radiant with the glory of God's presence. Exodus 34:29 tells us, "When Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tablets of the covenant law in his hands, he was not aware that his face was radiant because he had spoken with the Lord." His aura had been changed, and even though he didn't announce it, those around him could feel the transformation. His face shone with God's glory, and it became a boundary that others couldn't ignore. Similarly, you may not see it right away, but your connection to God's light is evident in your life. Those who once influenced you easily now hesitate to speak over you, to sway you, or to manipulate your emotions. Why? Because your light is no longer something that can be dimmed by external forces. The spiritual growth that you've undergone has created a boundary that people instinctively recognize. It's not a physical barrier, but a shield created by the power of your faith and the clarity of your purpose. Think about how a flower opens up to the sun. At first, it may be hidden among the leaves, unsure of its place. But as the sunlight touches it, the flower begins to bloom, and its beauty becomes undeniable. It doesn't shout to be noticed, it simply exists in the fullness of its purpose, and in doing so, it commands attention. Just as the flower blooms in response to the sun, your aura blossoms in response to God's divine light. Those around you feel the shift, and it often feels like an invisible force that they can't explain. But with this transformation comes a natural resistance from those who are not aligned with their own light, those who haven't yet allowed the divine light to work within them. There will be those who can't handle your growth, who may even resist the changes they see in you. Think of a stone being placed in a river. Initially, the water may flow around it, but over time, the current begins to shape and smooth the stone. Your presence, your energy, is like that stone. The flow of people's energy around you may change, and those who once had influence over you will begin to recognize that they can no longer control your course. The story of Jesus is a perfect example of how divine light both attracts and confronts. Jesus, who was fully aligned with God's purpose, exuded a divine power that both healed and challenged. Matthew 5:14-16 tells us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." In the same way, Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Jesus did not need to declare his power or his purpose. His life spoke for itself. His light was a boundary that no one could cross, and it drew people in while also challenging them to confront their own darkness. Do you feel the weight of this transformation? The boundaries you now set are not born out of pride or arrogance. They are born from the divine authority that comes from being aligned with God's will. You are no longer striving to prove your worth. You are standing firm in your divine purpose, and the world around you will begin to adjust to the light you now carry. People will feel it, whether they fully understand it or not. The light within you is a reflection of divine grace, a power that cannot be ignored. Your aura has been upgraded, and with it, you carry a presence that speaks louder than words ever could. Rise in this truth. Stand firm in the boundaries God has set for you, and know that you are walking in a divine authority that cannot be shaken. Have you ever felt it? That strange sensation when people start looking at you differently, when their eyes linger a bit longer, as if trying to decipher the person you've become. It's not about seeking attention. It's not about trying to be noticed. It's about the undeniable shift within you that repels what is false and magnetizes what is real. When you undergo a divine transformation, something deep within you changes at a frequency that others can't help but feel, even if they don't fully understand it. You didn't ask for this attention, yet here it is. And here's the truth: you didn't seek this change. You didn't force your healing. It just happened. You didn't strive to outgrow the versions of yourself that others were comfortable misunderstanding. No, that's not how divine transformation works. It doesn't ask for permission to be noticed. It announces itself through the very energy that now surrounds you. Like a beacon in the night, your transformation cannot be hidden. It's not just in your actions, but in the very air you breathe, the way you carry yourself, and the light that now radiates from you. You've changed, and the world can feel it. In the Bible, Matthew 5:14-15 says, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." When God works through you, it is impossible to hide. The light that radiates from your transformation cannot be dimmed. It is not about your personal glory, but about God's glory reflected through your life. Have you felt the shift in your energy? Have you sensed how your presence, without a word spoken, influences the room around you? That is the undeniable effect of divine transformation. But here's the catch. This visibility can feel strange. There's an unease that accompanies this kind of recognition because it doesn't always come with warm embraces or applause. Sometimes people react in awe, other times in confusion. And then there are those who resist it altogether. The very change that has happened within you stirs something deep within them, and not everyone will be able to handle it. Some may feel challenged by the new version of you that they can no longer control. It's as if your very presence forces them to confront their own truths, and for some, that's a battle they're not ready to fight. This resistance is not your burden to bear. It is simply the world's reaction to the divine truth that is now evident in your life. Have you caught those longer stares lately? The moments when the energy around you feels heavier, the air thicker with the presence of something significant? The shift is undeniable. You've noticed it, haven't you? The way people interact with you has changed. It's not your imagination, it's heaven revealing its evidence. This is the manifestation of the transformation you've undergone. You've changed frequencies. What you once resonated with no longer fits who you are now. You have leveled up spiritually, and now the world is adjusting to the divine shift. This shift is like the sunrise over a darkened landscape. At first, it may be hard to notice, but as the light begins to spread, it transforms everything it touches. The shadows that once held sway over your life are now being cast aside by the brilliance of your divine transformation. People can no longer help but notice the light you carry, whether they understand it or not. And for some, this light is a beacon of hope. a sign that they too are capable of change. For others, it is a challenge, an uncomfortable reminder of their own unhealed wounds. Consider David, the shepherd boy who became a king. 1 Samuel 16:13 tells us, "So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon David." This divine anointing didn't just change David, it changed how others saw him. His own brothers, who once dismissed him, now had to reckon with the truth that David was chosen by God. Similarly, when God's anointing rests upon you, it changes everything: how you see yourself and how others perceive you. It shifts your environment, it changes your frequency. And as you step further into your divine purpose, those who once had power over your emotions now hesitate to engage with you. It's not because you've declared yourself superior, it's because they feel the new boundary that has been set by your spiritual growth. This boundary is not one you had to announce. It was written into your spirit, forged in the fire of life's challenges. This divine transformation doesn't need to be spoken aloud. It announces itself through the very energy you now emit. In a way, it's similar to how a tree grows strong through the seasons. At first, it may seem delicate, its branches swaying in the wind. But over time, through growth and change, the tree becomes rooted, its branches firm, its presence undeniable. Your light, too, has grown. It is no longer a flicker in the wind. It is a steady flame that cannot be extinguished by the forces of doubt or fear. The truth is, you've changed frequencies, and when heaven confirms you, earth reacts. People will stare, not because you're trying to shine, but because they see something in you that they cannot deny. It's not arrogance, it's assurance. Assurance that comes from walking through the storms and still choosing faith. When God upgrades your aura, you stop striving. You stand in the fullness of your divine calling, and that is what makes you visible. Rise now, chosen one. You are no longer the person who hides, who over-apologizes, who seeks permission to exist. You are the person who stands confidently in the light of God's calling. You don't have to announce your transformation. The world can feel it, and heaven has confirmed it. There was a time when you carried exhaustion. You felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, the constant pull of uncertainty, and the relentless pressure of trying to prove your worth. But that time is over. You no longer carry exhaustion, you carry assignment. Your life is no longer defined by fatigue or doubt. It is defined by purpose. And with that purpose comes divine clarity. You no longer carry fear, you carry discernment. You see things others can't, hear what is unsaid, and understand the deeper currents of life. Your spirit now operates on a different frequency, and even when you remain silent, your presence speaks louder than words ever could. This is why people can't seem to stop staring at you. It's not because you're trying to stand out. It's because something has undeniably changed within you. And here's the thing, this change is not temporary. It's not a phase that will come and go. It's a profound transformation that has been approved by heaven itself. And when heaven approves you, the world feels it, even if they don't understand it. In Romans 8:19, it says, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." This transformation within you is not just an internal shift, it is the outward manifestation of divine approval. Heaven has already recognized you, and now it is becoming visible to those around you. They can feel it, even when they don't know how to put it into words. Have you noticed how people's behavior towards you has started to shift? The way they interact with you feels different. Some soften up, as if your peace calms them. Others become tense, as if your presence stirs up something they've long buried. The thing is, you can't always tell which one is which. At first, all you feel is a subtle vibration in the air, the way someone's energy meets yours. It's not that you're intimidating, but there's an undeniable force that your spirit now exudes. Think of it like a magnet, and the way it naturally attracts certain objects while repelling others. Your energy now operates like that powerful magnet. You draw to you what is aligned with your spirit and your purpose. People who resonate with your peace, who are seeking alignment themselves, are naturally drawn to you. They are calmed by your presence because your peace mirrors the divine peace they are searching for. But then there are others, those who are unsettled by your energy, whose own unresolved fears and insecurities start to surface when they encounter your presence. You may not fully understand why they react this way, but you feel the shift nonetheless. This is not your doing. This is heaven at work in you, showing others the reflection of what they have yet to face in themselves. In the book of Esther, we witness a powerful example of this divine transformation. Esther, once an orphaned girl, became the queen of Persia. But it wasn't her beauty that made her stand out. It was the divine favor that rested upon her life. Esther 5:2 tells us, "When he saw Queen Esther standing in the court, he was pleased with her and held out to her the gold scepter that was in his hand." Esther didn't ask for attention. She didn't seek to prove her worth. Her presence alone, in alignment with God's will, commanded recognition. Similarly, you may not even be trying to make waves in the world, but your very presence now speaks to others in ways that words cannot explain. You've aligned yourself with God's will, and that alignment becomes a visible force in the world around you. This alignment changes how others perceive you, but it doesn't always come with praise. Some people will be drawn to you, others will resist you. Those who are open to change will feel your peace and be drawn to it, seeking comfort and guidance from your presence. But those who are not yet ready for change will feel uncomfortable. Your peace becomes a mirror, showing them what they've lost or ignored within themselves. This might not be something you can explain, but you can feel the tension in the air. It's the sound of divine energy at work, stirring things within others that they may not be ready to face. Think of the way a seed grows in the soil. At first, it's hidden, its potential unseen. But as it begins to sprout, it reaches toward the light. It doesn't struggle or fight for attention. It simply grows, naturally, according to the design that was always within it. As it grows, it begins to attract the light and nutrients it needs, while pushing away what doesn't serve it. Your spirit now operates in a similar way. You have undergone a transformation that is visible to those around you, whether they fully understand it or not. You are no longer the person who doubts their worth or seeks validation. You have embraced your divine assignment, and that assignment has become the very core of who you are. Have you ever felt that subtle shift when someone's energy connects with yours? It's not a confrontation, it's not a fight. It's the natural force of two frequencies meeting, one aligned with peace, purpose, and God's will, and the other, perhaps, seeking that same peace. But this frequency shift doesn't always bring comfort. For some, it challenges them to acknowledge their own growth, their own transformation. And that, my friend, can be unsettling. When heaven approves you, you don't have to fight for space. You don't need to justify your existence, your growth, or your peace. Heaven has already confirmed you, and now the world is slowly catching up to the divine reality that resides within you. And as you continue to grow, the world will continue to adjust to the new frequency you carry. Your light, your energy, your peace will no longer be hidden. So don't doubt the shift. Don't question the reactions of those around you. You are standing in your divine assignment, and heaven is echoing its approval through the way people respond to you. Your spirit has changed frequencies, and now, like a magnet, you are drawing the world's attention not for your glory, but for God's. Stand firm in your light. There comes a moment in your spiritual journey when something profound happens within you. You stop needing to be understood. And it's not just a passing thought, it's a complete shift in your core being. This is when your peace becomes your voice, and the very essence of who you are stands as testimony to your growth. And this shift, this transformation, is what deeply unsettles people who are still chasing approval. They may not even realize it, but every time they look at you, their spirit picks up on the change. They see that quiet strength in you, a stillness that only comes after a storm has passed. In Isaiah 32:17 it says, "The fruit of that righteousness will be peace. Its effect will be quietness and confidence forever." This stillness that others feel in your presence is a reflection of divine peace, a peace that does not need to be explained or validated. It's the peace that emerges after you've weathered the storms of life, learned the lessons, and now your spirit rests in the confidence of who you are in God. Have you noticed how people look at you now? They stare, not because you've changed your appearance, but because they sense the transformation that has taken place deep within you. You used to fill silence with explanations, constantly justifying your actions, your choices, your truth. But now, your silence does the explaining. You no longer need to justify who you are or what you've become. This is growth at its finest, when you reach the point where you no longer feel compelled to shrink your truth to fit the expectations of others. This is the moment of divine favor. You used to make people feel comfortable by hiding your truth, by minimizing your worth to fit into their limited understanding. But now, your truth walks into the room before you even speak a word. People can feel it. They might not always be able to name it, but they sense it. The weight of your past struggles, the burdens you once carried, are gone. Your presence now is a reflection of peace, and peace is louder than any performance. Matthew 5-9 reminds us, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God." And that's what you've become, a peacemaker, not only in the world around you, but within yourself. As you stop chasing approval, you give others permission to do the same. And for those who still crave validation, your peace becomes a mirror. It shows them what they could have if they too learned to stop shrinking, stop justifying, and stop running after approval. Your peace is no longer a fleeting emotion. It is a divine foundation that cannot be shaken, even by the harshest winds of external judgment. But here's the deeper truth. You've probably seen it in their eyes. That subtle shift when someone looks at you, tilting their head just a bit, pausing their words, recalibrating themselves. It's not your appearance that makes them stop, it's your energy, your light. They sense something has changed, but they don't know how to categorize the new you. They're reacting to the lightness you carry now, the absence of the weight that used to hold you down. They don't know what to do with this new version of you, because the world has conditioned them to expect you to carry burdens and wear them openly for all to see. But you no longer walk under that heavy yoke. This transformation, this divine favor, isn't something you can explain with words. It's not about trying to prove to others that you've changed or that you are worthy. It is about simply standing in the truth of who God has called you to be. The more you walk in this truth, the more others will begin to feel the weight of their own assumptions about you crumble. They are recalibrating, learning that you are not the person they once thought you were. They're not reacting to your looks or your words anymore. They are reacting to the new energy you now carry. This energy isn't yours to control, nor is it something you try to force. It is the natural byproduct of your spiritual growth. Your presence, unspoken yet undeniable, becomes a force field that repels what is false and attracts what is real. It's as if you've become a magnet for truth, and those who are seeking it will naturally be drawn to you. But for those still clinging to falsehoods, they will resist it. They may feel uncomfortable around you, as if your truth exposes their own lies, their own unresolved conflicts. And that's okay, because your light was never meant to make everyone comfortable. Proverbs 4:18 tells us, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." As you step further into your divine calling, your light shines brighter, not because you're trying to force it, but because it is your natural state. As the world adjusts to the new you, you must continue to walk boldly in your divine purpose, knowing that this transformation is not just for you, it is a beacon for those around you, even if they are not ready to embrace it yet. Some will be drawn to it because the light you carry will stir something deep within them, a longing for the peace and clarity they see in you. Others will resist it because your peace challenges their turmoil. But you no longer need to worry about either reaction. Your peace is your testimony. Your stillness, your unspoken confidence, is all the proof they need. You've made peace with yourself, and that peace is louder than any performance or explanation. Rise in your peace. Let your stillness do the talking. Let your growth stand as the testimony of divine favor. The world may not understand it yet, but they can feel it, and that is enough. You are no longer the person who fills the silence with explanations. Your truth has entered the room before you do, and that truth, that peace, is louder than anything the world could ever offer you. Some people will be confused by the transformation you've gone through. Some will even feel exposed by it, but it's not because you've judged them. No, it's simply because your calm highlights the chaos within them. And it's crucial to understand that's not your burden to carry. You're not responsible for their discomfort. Transformation has a unique ability to shift the atmosphere, rearranging everything around you without seeking anyone's permission. It forces people to confront what they've been avoiding, what they've left unsettled within themselves. You've probably noticed this shift. People stare at you longer than they used to, and it's not because you're doing anything extraordinary, it's because your presence is now extraordinary. Your inner peace radiates in such a way that it disrupts the balance for some, it draws them in, and for others, it makes them feel like their world is being put under a magnifying glass. But here's what you must understand. This isn't about you needing to analyze every stare. You don't need to dissect every interaction, every glance. Sometimes it's admiration, other times it's conviction. In John 14:27, Jesus tells us, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." This peace you now carry, the stillness that surrounds you, doesn't just exist for you. It exists to be seen. It's not about what you say, but about what you embody. You are walking proof that peace is possible, even in a world that often feels chaotic. And that, my dear friend, is what makes people look twice. They can feel the weight of your transformation. But here's the part that most people miss. It's not just about you. The shift you've undergone isn't only personal, it's something far greater. Your presence activates something in others. When you healed, when you made peace with yourself, it sent a ripple through every space you enter. You are a catalyst for change, and you don't even have to say a word. You simply need to show up. The act of you stepping into the room with your wholeness, your peace, creates an atmosphere that can't be ignored. In the book of Ezekiel, when Ezekiel was shown the valley of dry bones, God commanded the bones to come together and be filled with breath. In Ezekiel 37:10, it says, "So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They came to life and stood up on their feet, a vast army." Just as those dry bones were brought to life by divine intervention, your presence brings life to places that have long been dormant. When you enter a space, the environment shifts. Old patterns break. Unspoken truths rise. Even people who don't know you can feel it. They can feel when a place has just become holy ground. This is why you are in this season of your life. Not to blend in, not to shrink back into the shadows, but to shift atmospheres. You don't have to preach a sermon. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. You don't need to defend the changes you've made or prove anything to anyone. You simply have to show up in your wholeness. And when you do, the light on you isn't just decoration, it's divine direction. In Matthew 5:14-16, Jesus tells us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Your light is meant to be seen. It's meant to draw others to God. When people see you, they're not just seeing you, they're seeing God's favor, His transformation at work within you. And yes, it can feel uncomfortable at times, when eyes linger too long, when energy becomes heavy. When you sense both curiosity and resistance in the same room, it's easy to wonder what you're doing wrong. But remember this, you didn't gain attention, you gained evidence. Evidence that God truly did something inside of you. The very people who once doubted your resilience, who once questioned your strength, are now quietly watching, studying, and wondering how you've done it. They're not looking at you with jealousy, they're looking with wonder. You might even notice it in the way they approach you. They don't know what changed, but they feel it. They want to see if your peace is real. Is it enduring? Can it truly last in a world that is often unpredictable and chaotic? And through you, they'll find out that it can. That's why you are walking in this season of your life, to show them that peace is possible, even amidst the storm. So the next time you feel the weight of all eyes on you, don't shrink, don't rush to disappear. Instead, breathe deeply, stand firm, and let the awareness of it remind you, you survived the fire. And in the process, you didn't lose your glow. Your light is stronger than it's ever been, and it's only just beginning to shine brighter. You are not the same person who walked through those doors anymore. And that's exactly the point. Everything about you has shifted. You've transformed, and the world around you has no choice but to notice. You were never meant to be a silent backdrop to someone else's story. You were created to walk into every room as living proof that healing is real. The moment you step into a space now, you carry with you not just your presence, but the unmistakable evidence of divine restoration. This isn't just about what you've survived, it's about how you've emerged. Every glance, every whisper, every pause in the room is heaven echoing a singular truth. Transformation is real. You've become a living testament to the fact that God's healing power works, and not just in distant histories or far-off promises, but in the here and now, in your life. This is what transformation looks like. This is the visible manifestation of a divine shift. And when people gaze upon you, when they feel the change in the air around you, they are witnessing something sacred. They are seeing what only those who have walked through the fire and come out refined can understand. In Isaiah 61:3, God promises to provide for those who grieve in Zion, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. This verse speaks directly to the transformation you've undergone. You've been crowned with beauty, not because you've sought it, but because you have gone through the fire and come out pure. You carry not just the scars of your past, but the beauty of what God has done in your life. Have you realized yet how much you've changed? Your very presence now reflects the divine touch of healing and restoration. Hold your head high, chosen one. You are not being stared at, you are being witnessed. And this is no small thing. When people gaze at you now, they are not looking at just a person, they are gazing upon a living, breathing testament to God's grace. They are witnessing transformation in real time. And here's the most beautiful part. This transformation is not temporary, it's permanent. You have become a walking embodiment of divine restoration, and that light, that beauty, cannot be hidden. It will shine through every interaction, through every room you enter, and it will stir something deep inside of those around you. But this change doesn't always come with understanding. Some will be drawn to you because of the peace you now carry. Others will resist it, unable to understand how someone could walk through the storms of life and still stand with such grace. But it doesn't matter what they understand or don't understand. What matters is that you, the transformed one, continue to shine. God has already confirmed your transformation. In the book of Romans 8:19, it is written, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed." The world is waiting for you, chosen one. Not for you to shrink back into the shadows or try to hide what God has done. The world is waiting for you to step forward and show them what divine restoration truly looks like. Asterisk, asterisk. And that's exactly why you're here in this season, not to blend in, not to hide, but to shift the atmosphere wherever you go. The world doesn't need to see more performances, more pretend versions of strength. It needs to see real strength, the kind of strength that only comes from God. That's the kind of strength you carry now. Your transformation is not about seeking validation or approval from others. It's about standing in the truth of what God has already done in you. The truth of divine restoration is louder than any praise, stronger than any criticism, and more powerful than any doubt. And when you walk into a room, it's not just your presence people notice, it's the evidence of God's work in your life. What you carry now is holy, and it's yours. You've been entrusted with it. Have you noticed the way people react to you now? That subtle shift in how they look at you, how they behave around you. They're not reacting to your appearance. They're reacting to your lightness. The weight you once carried has been lifted, and the world doesn't know how to categorize the new you. The old patterns that once dictated how people interacted with you have been broken, and people can sense that. Some will be drawn to it. They'll be drawn to the peace, the strength, and the clarity that now radiates from you. And some may resist because they're not ready for what your light exposes within them. But none of this changes who you are. You are walking proof that God's healing power is real, and that is a truth that cannot be denied. In nature, think about how the moon shines in the night sky. It doesn't struggle to be seen, it simply reflects the light of the sun. And in the same way, you no longer need to struggle to prove your worth or your transformation. Your light is your testimony. You no longer need to explain or justify your peace or your healing. It speaks for itself. And just like the moon, when you shine, people take notice. They are drawn to that light, even if they don't understand it. That's the power of divine transformation. That's the power of the healing you now carry. This is why you're here. To be a witness to what's possible when God moves in your life. To show the world that peace, healing, and restoration are not just abstract ideas, they are tangible truths. So the next time you walk into a room, when you feel all eyes on you, don't shrink, don't hide. Let that moment remind you that you've survived the fire, you've walked through the storm, and you didn't lose your glow. As you stand in the fullness of who God has called you to be, know this: the world is watching. The people around you, whether they realize it or not, are witnessing something divine unfolding in your life. And while they may not always understand it, they see it. They see the peace you carry. They see the strength in your silence. They see the transformation that has occurred deep within you, and it leaves them in awe, sometimes in confusion, and occasionally in resistance. But let me be clear, this is not a coincidence. You were never meant to blend in with the crowd, never meant to fade into the background of someone else's story. You were made to stand out. You are not just a reflection of who you once were, you are the manifestation of divine approval and transformation. As you walk through life, those who are open to seeing will recognize that something on you has changed, something far deeper than external appearances or fleeting moments. Your healing, your peace, your strength, they radiate from you in ways that can't be hidden. And it's through this divine radiance that others will come to witness what God is doing in your life. In Matthew 5:14-1-6, Jesus reminds us, "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." This is who you are now. Your light has been ignited by God's love and favor, and it shines brighter than ever before. You don't need to announce it, you don't need to prove it. It is evident in every space you enter. People notice the change, whether they acknowledge it or not, because your light cannot be hidden, and the truth of your transformation cannot be denied. What they see when they look at you is not just a person, but a living, breathing example of divine restoration. Your very presence speaks louder than any words could, testifying to the reality that peace is possible, healing is real, and transformation is not just a concept, it's a lived experience. And yes, it may make people uncomfortable. For some, your transformation challenges them to confront their own fears, insecurities, and doubts. Your peace, your calm, your stillness, it forces them to see what they've been avoiding in themselves. But remember, This is not your burden to carry. You are not responsible for their reactions, nor are you tasked with explaining yourself. You don't have to shrink, you don't have to hide. What you carry is a divine calling, a powerful testimony of God's love and grace in your life. And as people see this, they will either be drawn to it or they will resist it. But one thing is certain, they cannot remain unaffected by it. You may have already felt the subtle shifts when you walk into a room, the way people's energy adjusts when you arrive. Some soften, feeling drawn to your peace, while others stiffen, unsure of how to interact with the new version of you. What they're really reacting to is not just your appearance or your words, but the presence of something far greater than yourself. They are reacting to the change that has taken place within you. They are witnessing the power of God at work. And though they may not fully understand it, they are feeling the divine frequency that you now carry. You have become living proof that transformation is possible. As you walk forward in your journey, remember this truth. You are not just living for yourself. The divine transformation that has occurred in your life is meant to shine a light for others to follow. Your testimony is a beacon for those who are still searching for hope. Your life, your peace, and your strength become an invitation for others to walk in their own divine transformation. You are walking proof that healing is real, that divine restoration is possible, and that God's power is alive and active in the lives of His chosen ones. You are not here to blend in, you are here to shift atmospheres. If you've been touched by this message today, I want to encourage you to stand firm in the truth of who you are in Christ. You are chosen, you are loved, you are transformed. The world is watching, and heaven is confirming your purpose every step of the way. Keep walking forward in your light, keep standing in your truth, and keep letting your transformation speak for itself. If this message has resonated with you, I'd love for you to like, share, and comment below. Let's keep the conversation going, and let's encourage each other to walk boldly in the transformation that God is doing in our lives. Whether you've supported this channel through super thanks or simply by being here, I want to take a moment to thank you for your presence and support. It means more than words can express. May God bless you abundantly as you continue on your journey of healing and transformation. And as we close, remember this. The world needs to see what divine restoration looks like in motion. Your light is not just decoration, it is direction. So, walk boldly, chosen one, and let your light shine brighter than ever before.